Yeah, 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 yeah. Nah, nah. Yeah, yeah. So crazy, for real. Now my kind.
My baby from the struggle, long time had a hustle. Glad we made it through. Glad we made it through. My baby from the struggle, long time had a hustle. Glad we made it through. Glad we made it through.
Ballin'. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That iced out. I ain't picking up. I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's so crazy. I'm a lawyer.
My baby from the struggle, long time had a hustle. Glad we made it through. Glad we made it through. My baby from the struggle, long time had a hustle. Glad we made it through. Glad we made it through.
Hi, I'm Vince.
And I'm Linda. And this is
The Open Box Broadcast.
Happy New
Happy New
Year,
Year, everybody.
everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. So we had a great New Year. What we want to hear from our friends is how you rang. How did you bring
Hey,
in
Ray.
How did you bring in the New Year? I'm still bringing in the New Year.
We're
What
still
can I
drunk
say?
from the New Year.
Not quite. But yeah, definitely let us know. Comment below. Let us know what you did to bring in the New Year.
Now, everybody, we have a special guest for you. His name is Jeremy Holloway. He's a social media king. He has over 1.5 million followers on Facebook, over 400 million views. Your IG Reels over 30, average over 30,000 of view. I mean, that's amazing. And he has a book called Understanding is the Key. Please welcome Jeremy Holloway.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, Just trying to start this year off well. How y'all doing?
Yeah, how's your New Year?
Oh, it was pretty good, I started, I wanted to start the year off kind of calm and relaxed on the beach so I can kind of get my mindset for this year. I'm trying to have a crazy year this year.
Well, nice. So you have your year all planned out then?
Yeah, so far, but you know, it's no telling with the COVID and what they gonna try to shut stuff down again. You know, so right now I'm just taking these weeks at a time. I don't want to go too far out, depending on how they may do with the COVID situation. Yeah.
Yeah, so right. So you have your year planned out, but you're doing this like one couple weeks and few months at a time, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to be flexible. Now I'm curious, what beach? Where'd you go?
I went to Panama City Beach. Panama City Beach. Yeah, my first time going. It was nice.
Okay.
It was nice.
Very nice. Good. That's right up at the top, Florida, right? The Panhandle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Please the name then, huh?
Well, some people don't know. When you think about Florida. Well, great.
Hey, well, Jeremy, I was watching some of your videos, man. You are hysterical. Your facial expressions are the best. I mean, the facial expressions I find funnier than anything.
Yeah, and what's crazy, they be by accident because I do them like regardless. And like I'm having an everyday conversation, people will see my face. I'm like, "Are you okay?" Like, "Oh, I'm listening." But I'm not trying to do the facial expressions. It just tends to happen depending on what
That's
I hear.
Kind of
It's
with
like,
me
oh my
too.
goodness.
Things happen.
Yeah, and so it's like it's crazy. But people love
The
the
eye
facial
thing is crazy.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. Like I don't know. I know I got big eyes, so I kind of work with my eyes a little more because people are looking at me. But it's typically it just happens 9 times out of 10, depending on what I'm hearing while I'm trying to create the video.
Hey, if you don't mind, tell us our fans, what your videos are about, what you make, what the content is. I mean, I've watched them, but if you don't mind,
a lot of my content. I started off with I was doing comedy skits. I branched off into doing acting skits, basically showing different situations what people go through in real life. Because I feel like social media was overly, infatuated with comedy, and it was like, people starting to laugh at the wrong things, and like you got real going through some of these things. So I started doing more dramatic skits showcasing different people's situations, so we can be more understanding of each other versus judging. And then I started doing like reaction videos because due to COVID, it was hard to work with different people. Because both people had kids, so it was like doing reaction videos to certain videos I see, and I give my opinion on them. And it's kind of pretty much it. I got other things that I do, but I haven't started doing that just yet. So I'm gonna wait until I start to drop those videos.
Nice. Now, one of the things I did notice in some of your videos, relationships, that was a big one. Oh my goodness. So many people are in them, and there's so many things that go on. And basically, you know what? It's a two-way street. It's not one-sided.
Yeah.
So I definitely like, how you came up, what made you come up with the relationships? Because there was a few.
Well, the thing about it is, I had to understand that everything is kind of relationship based. Everything, whether it's relationships at your job, relationships within your family, relationships with your spouse, your neighbors, everything is kind of relationship based. And I felt like I had went through something traumatic in my past, and I had to overcome it. And then once I started to do these like guess the relationship videos. Uh, I was simply trying to start. I was trying to talk to my ex girlfriend through the video. That's how it started. But then the more I did the videos, and the first one I did like 14 million views in a week, and I was reading the comments, and I was looking at how so many people were going through the same exact thing. It was like, how is everybody that I was seeing going through the exact same thing? So the more I did more research, the more I started noticing things. And I started to notice how a lot of women and men are fighting the same exact battles, but it's like nobody's trying to listen to each other. We're just trying to stay our side of it. So I started trying to just showcase it, because what I learned in my experience is different when you're in that situation and you're just feeling it. But then when you're able to have an out of body experience and you see it, so when I was acting out these skits and people are able to see themselves, it's like, oh, I was so wrong, or she or he or whatever, they can understand situations better when they're not currently in it. And more people were coming together when I started doing the videos. Now it's kind of I don't know how they taking it now.
Yeah, so I love the fact that you said relationships with everybody, especially at the job, right? It's like your neighbor. I mean, it is so important with my job. I deal with different departments, and basically the people won't change, so I have to change.
Mm-hmm.
And by me changing, I built better relationships with them.
Yeah,
so I was really glad that I heard you say that.
Absolutely, and that's kind of what all my videos are surrounded by. It's like self-evaluation. No, because we can't change what other people are gonna do. We can't keep waiting for them to do something to better the situation. If we can put our best foot forward, and then we tend to get better outcomes. But we keep waiting and waiting and waiting. You're gonna be waiting till the cows come calling. Like you're gonna keep going through certain things, whether it's at your job, with family, neighbors. It could be whatever. And I kind of, it's a lot that got me to the videos, like the Michael Jackson song, "The Man in the Mirror." It starts to change.
I was just gonna say that.
No matter how bad the situation is. Yeah, it kind of starts with you, and that's kind of why I take my videos. Like everything is kind of for self-evaluation, accountability, and responsibility for your actions.
Yeah, I totally love it.
Yeah, and I like, you know what? Again, say you're in some sort of relationship, and I'll tell you, like, even with my neighbors, they're fabulous. I have great neighbors. But when you're in an actual relationship with another person, sometimes you don't have somebody to talk to. Like you don't, maybe you don't have a friend, or you don't want other people to know what's going on.
Absolutely.
And I like some of the points that you definitely, because now they're watching your videos, and maybe there was something that was like, oh my gosh, yes, it's like, why is he acting that way? Why is she acting that way? And I definitely liked how you did that. So, and again, it's inspiration, and again, it is a two-way street.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I for a while I got a lot of heat, because people thought that I was contradicting myself, because I would give different opinions about I would create a video and I will only tell one side of it. I just like if the guy's perspective of it, and then I can do the same exact video, then tell the woman's perspective of it, and it can be two different perspectives. It's not about right and wrong. It's about understanding the different perspectives, so y'all can come to a common ground to see where each other like is mentally. But if you keep saying, "Well, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong," like it's like you both having an argument, because you both in your mind is right, and you both really are just you just missing each other. So what I started to do, the more I did it, I started to tell both sides of it, and let people in the comments come to that. I was basically starting the conversation. I made a lot of tough videos to watch. I mean, I talked about verbal abuse, physical abuse. I talked about rape. I did videos about sexual assault. It's not just, oh, you cheated on me, because I understand, because what we tend to go through as people is when we go through something traumatic and then we try to start to date again or get married, those things we've been through still is haunting us. And we were judged by the people we're currently with because they wasn't there. So I make content so more people can understand each other versus saying, "Oh, you wrong because you did this." So like if you, that's why I wrote the book. Understand is key, because if you understand or try to understand, it can be so many things wouldn't even happen like it happens today.
Yeah, Jerry, I'm glad you brought that up. I wanted to say, would you mind giving us some quick, brief points about your book for people?
Yeah, the book, I didn't want to make the book overly long. It's not overly short either, but the book is simply understanding yourself. And I touched on different things. I took the name of the book is Understanding is Key. And the reason why I named it that, because so many people say communication is key. And I don't think that's true. I think the problem is you sit down talk, but the ultimate goal is to understand. And I think if more people take that mentality, I'm sitting down to understand, not sitting down to try to talk, because then you just get to talking to each other, but nobody's understanding each other. So when one of my chapters is called Wasting Time. And we have this thing now, so I've seen all over social media how people are like, don't waste my time, don't waste my time. And it was like, one of the things I say in the book is we typically don't waste time in relationships. We typically waste time when we're single, when you should be bettering yourself, when you should be trying to understand yourself, when you should be trying to conquer everything that you've been through, or trying to at least become a better version of yourself. A lot of people focus on being happy while never going through those tough things, understanding why you are the way you are and learning. Some people go to therapy for it. But then when they don't do that, they get with somebody and then they see all the damage and baggage they're bringing. And like I talk about a lot of different things in the book, wasting time, actually being in love, because a lot of people think being in love is something what a person does for you. And I'm like, that's not really what that's not being in love, because when they stop doing it, now you say you don't love them anymore. And it's like, that's the reason why you keep falling in love in your mind, because if they're doing a specific thing and it's that thing that they're doing that you love. It's not them. And I talk about a lot of different things, but all of it, everything was about self-evaluation, so we can try to get ourselves out of these situations that we're putting ourselves in.
Yeah, Jeremy, I love the fact that you keep saying about your mind. So I have a lot of goals for 2022, and one of mine is to identify, is it me or is it my mind taking control? Right? When you're like, hey, you know what? I'm bored. I think I'll have a glass of alcohol, and then I'll have another glass. Well, who's in control? Is it me or is it my mind? Well, that's my mind, right?
See, but this is the thing. This is the things I try to talk about. Like, what is that thing that's telling you to do it? You know, like what is it something that you're accustomed to doing? Like it's something you've grown accustomed to over time, to where, hey, one drink. Even when you're trying to, it's like what we typically do. We create these things in our lives, and over time it becomes second nature. And when you're trying to break from it, your mind is still muscle memory for you to grab that extra drink. So, but that's the reason why when I talk about certain things, it's like to understand why you need to want the drink. What is the thing that's making you want that second drink or that third drink? Because even though you're telling yourself no, but your body's still saying yes, because you built that up so far. But you built it, like however months, years, or whatever. And we do the same that thing when it comes to relationships. Like you're in a situation to where she's about to speak and you cut her off and you think you know what she's gonna say. Or, because it's muscle memory for you to do it. You know what I mean? It's not what you're trying to do. It's just you come so accustomed to doing it. And then now you basically have to break down certain things that you've learned or have started to do over time. But to answer your question, it's your mind is you. It's just it might not be the you that you want to admit to, but your mind, without your mind, if you took your mind out of your body and put it in somebody else, it would be you. Like you can replace everything in your body, organs, or whatever. You can't replace your mind. Your mind is you. And you got to understand why you the way you are.
And that's true. People definitely need to understand themselves first. You can't have a successful relationship if you don't really understand yourself.
Absolutely.
Everybody has different habits. You might have a pet peeve about this or that, but again, you're working towards it. If you want to be with that person, you work at things. Relationships aren't easy. I mean, even you're talking like your neighbors.
Absolutely.
It's like, what the heck? You come in at night and you're blaring the, I mean, there's all different things. But again,
Yeah.
just like that little conversation. Hey, next time, But now I have a couple questions.
Yeah,
here.
it's just all about having conversations. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Oh, okay. We do have a question from Joe, and he wants to know, how can they find your video?
You can just type my name in on any social media platform, Jeremy L. Holloway, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. They're just Jeremy L. Holloway, and just have an open mind when you watch the video, because I try to tell everybody's story.
Right.
Yeah, because some folks disagree. I just try to tell everybody's stories.
Yeah. Now
But
again,
I'm on. It's Jeremy L. Holloway on whatever platform.
All right. And you've done, again, many different things. Now, again, one of your things, to get to Hollywood. Now, are you thinking about producer? Like, what is your end result? Like, what are your goals?
Yeah, I'm actually an actor. And I started, my first plays when I was in 4th grade. And at the time I was living in Memphis, Tennessee. And I was still working a 9 to 5. And it was, how can I get into this acting while still being in Memphis? And I just started different type of skits. Like when I first started, I was doing funny videos, a lot of funny videos, because I'm also funny as well. But then as I went viral a few times, I had like 50 million views doing comedy, they started calling me and classifying me as a comedian. And a lot of people that do comedy on social media branch off into stand-up. Like, that's not the route I'm going. So it's like, and at the time it was like I said, it was so many people doing comedy. So I was like, I wonder how social media would take a serious skit. I want to showcase my acting, and then I started doing that. But yeah, now I'm branching off into producing and writing my own. I'm working on a stage play right now, a feature film, doing web series. I'm branching off into more off of social media. But I still want to use social media as a guide to get people to see a lot of the things they go through. We understand it, because one of the videos I did, I know I'm branching off, did a video about suicide, because I was once suicidal, and I didn't understand I was so suicidal. And when I made the video, I made it so people could understand. They look at me like, oh, he got all the views, whatever they say of me. And it was like, man, I was once a person like you all, like thinking of feeling like I was alone, nobody understands me, So everything is, I'm branching off into more serious things and off of social media, like I said, and hopefully you will see me on a big screen.
Yes,
in a town near you soon.
You can always come to our town.
Yeah, right.
Definitely.
Hey, Jeremy, we have a question from Stephanie. She wants to know, are you still with that girl that hurt you?
No. And the thing about it, she didn't hurt me. I hurt myself. And that was the thing. That's kind of I went into my videos, because to the naked eye, I thought that she was hurting me, but she wasn't. It was all in my mind. I was only with her because what was in my mind, what I was projecting on. Some women say it's potential, or when God says potential, but I was projecting onto her what I thought she was, but she wasn't that. And I had to realize, why was I doing that? And it took a year and months for me to identify, why was I doing this? So people always say, how did she hurt you? Like, nobody, she didn't hurt me. I hurt myself. I did it to me. But me taking that accountability, what freed me from blaming women, what freed me from being hurt. Because when I was hurt, I mean, I was like most people, you try to put band-aids over, you try to go out with your friends, go have a few drinks. And I was still miserable, and I had to figure out, okay, we can't change her. Like we said earlier, what did I do? And once I started taking accountability for my actions, and it started like, you know what, I should have never been with her, but why was I with her? So now it's more of analyzing. Yeah, it's more analyzing myself. It's like, you know what, I'm glad that I went through that, because now people know who I am, because I went through that traumatic stage in my life. but I took the ownership saying it was me because I should have never been with her to begin with.
That's awesome. Like they say, things happen for you and not to you. Love the fact that you were able to analyze that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough. It's tough,
but that's good that you did it. Yeah, it takes a strong person. It's like, what have I done? What am I doing? How can I make things better? Again, this is your life. You know, how do you want to live it?
Absolutely. And I try to tell people that, you know, the toughest road to travel down is the one to understand who you are as a person, but it's the most beneficial. It's so hard because you have to face your demons. You have to face your mistakes. You have to face everything that you've done. The good women that I used to overlook, I had to face that. I had to look at the women I did wrong. I had to take accountability for. I had to look at so much of the negative part because what I learned is we all say we're good. Every man say he's a good man. Every woman say she's a good woman.
I hear that.
But we're hurting. Yeah. But somebody's doing something to somebody. So once I realized when I was saying I was a good man, I was the furthest thing from that. So I had to break down and stop lying to myself and tell myself the truth that you're not that great of a person. Now let's figure out how to get you to this great person that you want to be.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Well, Jeremy, we definitely want to thank you for being with us today. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, Jerry. Really appreciate it.
I appreciate y'all for having me.
All right. And you take care of yourself, okay?
Yeah. Take care, Jeremy.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
Hey, everybody, real fast. This was Jeremy L. Holloway. Don't forget, you can check out his videos on YouTube. That's where I found them. Want to make sure everyone knows. See you, Jeremy.
Appreciate it. All right.
Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Linda, we're going to get a break. Because I just started a detox, and, you know, I got to take care of the business.
Yes. All right. So we're going to take a little break right now, and we'll come back, and we are going to have Beverly Adizi join us. Okay, we'll be right back with you. Okay, fans, we are back. Now remember, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on Facebook and YouTube. And our guest is Beverly Adizi, who is with us right now. Welcome, Beverly.
Yes, welcome.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being on the show.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Yeah,
Did
so
you do anything crazy for New Year?
I didn't. No, I think it was just me, my parents, and my dog. We just kept it simple.
Same here, pretty much. Yeah.
Especially with the new variant, we're like, let's not take any chances. So it was pretty
Yeah, I
simple.
don't blame you.
yes, well, now reviewing some of your things again, you are a wonderful influencer with young people. I have to tell you, I love the hairstyles.
Thank you.
I was like, oh my goodness. It's like, maybe I think I need a wig, do something a little different.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They're fun.
Yes, it's great. Now I have a question.
Mhm.
International Slay Mama.
Yeah, what is that?
Where did you,
Yeah.
you gotta tell us about this.
You know, it's fun. I think it's just funny because I mean the word I was gonna say originally was just slay mama, right? I think I've heard it somewhere before, but I don't know where the international just came in. It was just random. I really didn't even mean for it to do anything, but it just worked. And then it works because I'm actually a traveler. So it's funny how everything kind of worked together. So it was really unintentional. And it just stuck. So it's pretty cool.
Well, now where does the part slay? Like I'm thinking machete, like what are you?
No, slay is like if somebody's looking good, they're dressed, like
I had no idea.
I know, it's a new word for us. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, they're definitely slaying. So that's the
Yeah, that's a new word I learned today.
oh, there you go.
Okay, perfect. Well, that's great. We learn something new every day,
Yeah,
right?
right?
So what do you have?
Oh, your last video with the therapist, that was way too funny.
Thank you. I think I have 2 more after that one.
The therapist, I really enjoyed it the most.
Yeah,
That
I
was
love
great.
that one. I think honestly, the therapist series is probably one of my favorite because I have a video before that. And I think it's just cool to see how an African mom would kind of react if she was, put in that scenario. So it's funny. It's one of my favorites, I will say.
Okay, great. I was gonna say, so what's your goal for the next year for 2022?
2022, I really want to finish my 20 countries. That's the big goal. And as far as content, I'm pretty open. I'm pretty open with content. I wouldn't mind doing like an SNL type stuff. I wouldn't mind doing that. But I think for right now, I'm just kind of enjoying the journey and definitely just putting out great content, maybe writing a few things. So that's really where and being debt free. I want to be debt free. No more debt.
Yes, that's always a good thing.
I want to leave all my debt in 2022.
Right.
Where did you come up with some of your content?
I think some is mainly from my life experiences, like with my mom, my aunts, my grandmother.
Yes, auntie.
Sometimes I just get inspired by things that I see on social media, and then I'm like, oh, how can I remix this to make like an African version or something like that? So like TikTok inspires me a lot as well.
I love the accent.
Yeah.
When you change your voice. When I first saw the one video, it was with the accent. And I was like, okay, then all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. I was
very creative.
Thank you so much.
Now I'm curious, Vincent and I do travel also.
Okay.
So what are some of the countries that you're looking to go to or have you been to?
Ooh, where have I been to? I've been to Guatemala, Costa Rica, Italy, Brazil, Colombia, of course, Portugal, Spain, Czech Republic, Ghana, Nigeria. I think a few more. I'm forgetting. Oh, China, Colombia. China, Cambodia. And then I do want to go to the UK. I want to go to Germany, just different places. And I want to visit a lot of African countries as well. So.
Very nice. Very nice. And we actually have a question from Carlos. He wants to know where you are from.
Well, I was born in Nigeria, but I live in the United States. I live in Houston at the moment. So.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
How's the weather?
It's good. Right now, it's actually been really cold, which is really weird for Houston. Like the winds have been crazy. So.
Okay. I heard the summers can get like scorchingly hot.
I know they do. But hey, you love Houston. So.
That's true. That is true.
Beverly, one thing I was just say, since you're an influencer, with our fans watching this, is there any information or something like to say to them, to have them that want to watch your videos?
Oh, people that want to watch my videos. I mean, I would just say, look, I'm a lover of laughter. So, my page, I try to keep it light. I try to keep it fun because there's so many other pages on social media that, there's whether they're heavy or they're just, very argumentative, just there's so many things. So I would like for when people to come to my page that they are able to just kind of laugh and they have videos to kind of look back on. And, so I would say, I want people to just come on my page and just enjoy and, forget about the crazy world for a few minutes. So.
And you're right. You do keep it light. Yeah. And they're very, very entertaining.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. And you know what? These are like everyday things, like things that people definitely, they can relate to.
Right. And even with travel too, I want to inspire some people to travel as well. That's why I try not to keep my page just all about comedy skits, all that. I want it to kind of encompass who I am as a person in hopes that maybe, this person they may like the skit, but they may also be encouraged to travel and see the world and just work on their dreams.
I actually like that. Oh my gosh. You'll be traveling out there. You're doing your recording. And again, you're in Costa Rica and the little monkey is like, or then all of a sudden, like you said, you're at the waterfalls and, like recording and inspiring people. Like there's more than your backyard.
Exactly. And I think it keeps it fun for me too, because I feel like if my page is all comedy skits, it will be easy to get burnt out. So I like to just keep it fun, whether I want to post a picture or just whatever. Let it be just fun for me.
I like the therapist skit so much that for me, I could see it funny if the person's telling the therapist about the country they visited.
Right.
And like how the monkey attacked them or something, right?
Oh my God. I gotta tell you,
that'd be funny to incorporate it there.
Hey, whipping. Well, I gotta tell you this story. So my daughters and I, we went to Costa Rica a few years ago, right? So the one's in with me and the other two are in the other bedroom, right? It's like 2 a.m. and it's like a second 2 levels for this hotel. And you open the door and there's the rainforest, right? Mm-hmm. So at 2 a.m., all I hear is screaming. What in the world is screaming? So I go outside and I look down over the balcony. All of a sudden, like 80 eyes are looking at me. And it's like these monkeys. They look like raccoons. And they're like, ah! My daughter's like, what are you doing? And we like ran back in the room.
That was terrifying me. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh my gosh. I was like, they're going to climb up the wall and attack. Oh, geez.
Oh, they're cute, but they're strong too. So
I
love them from a distance.
Oh yeah, they were banging those like trash cans around, anything they could get a hold of. And I was like, oh my goodness. And my daughter's like, really, Mom?
Rica's beautiful. When I was there, I want to say, was it like 5 years ago? I just love how even when you're in a restaurant, they still allow the wildlife to kind of come in and everything is just, they're not doing too much. So I really like that. Really
beautiful. Yeah. We actually did it where half was in the rainforest and then the other half was at the beach. I am not a sun person, so I was definitely happy with the rainforest and the light rain. And when we had first flown in, we got into the van to drive, and my daughter, my youngest, is reading, Mom, do you know our resort has been evacuated because of volcanic eruptions? I'm like, you got to live life to the fullest, like, let's keep going, live life on the edge a little. But yeah, it was beautiful. Great country.
It is. I want to go back. It's really nice. Really, really nice.
Well, I think, Vince, you said you're going to go to Costa Rica, right?
Yeah. I'm going to be going in April.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like in April. I
What?
Is it so it's the same all year round, I'm assuming? The weather?
I think so.
No, I think they have a rainy season.
Okay. Would April be rainy season? No?
I'm going with my stepdaughters and the family. That's when like everybody can make it.
Okay. Sounds good. It should be beautiful. I hope you guys have an amazing time.
Yeah, I'd like hope I can see these monkeys. Have you ever had anything like that happen when you're on vacation?
Not like that. But I went to Costa Rica. We did a tour and we got on the boat and he took us to this island and we were able to like have monkeys like you know, I mean, they weren't honest because I was just too scared, but they were pretty close. I mean, they were like probably like right here to me. So they're cute, but I'm like, they scratch and they pull. No.
So we have a few travelers out there. So again, we have Courtney, and she's asking, I know you did say, you know, you had gone to a few places. She's asking about Africa, specifically Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
So have you been traveling have you gone there yet? Are you planning?
I've never been to Liberia, but I would love, love, love to go. All I really know in Africa is Nigeria and Ghana. So that's why I'm like, I need to do more African countries. So hopefully 2023, that's when I'll do that. But I hear Liberia is very beautiful.
I'd like to know how you're going to get out of debt if you keep traveling.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to keep doing skits and I'll have to make it work. But I usually, when I travel light as well, especially now. So I'm going to Ecuador and Peru like in 2 days. I'll do Ecuador and then Peru. Keep it simple. You know, it's like a backpacking thing. I don't really stay. I will stay in decent hotels, but not like, oh, it has to be the Ritz-Carlton.
Yeah.
Simple. And then when I'm done with my debt, then I can kind of splurge a little bit more.
Now you said Peru. Are you going to Machu Picchu?
So I don't think so. Not this time. It'll probably be in June, at the end of June, because I do want to do that hike.
Okay, yeah,
and I'm a solo traveler and I love solo travel, but I'm like, some things I'm like, I would kind of want a friend to do this with. So I'm gonna go back in June with a friend. And
I do the helicopter, drop me off at the top. Maybe I'll walk down, but
I want to walk up. I want the full thing, heavy breathing and all. I want to do everything.
Well, so you're doing all this solo?
Yeah. So right now, this is solo. Mm-hmm.
Oh, good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
Liberty now, so let me do it. Have the liberty, have the leg strength, so let me do it. The lung capacity, so why not?
But just the fact that you're confident in yourself to travel.
Yeah.
So that means that says a lot.
When I first started, it was a little intimidating, but then you just learn just to use wisdom, ask questions. You know, Facebook expat groups really help. Just do your research, and you should be fine. I try to blend in as much as possible, and I just don't make stupid decisions. So like I don't stay out too late. I don't do anything crazy. I like to, be sober-minded and then just know what's going on around me, but then also have fun. I don't want to live in fear or travel in fear either.
Right. And you're right about that. Like you definitely have to use common sense and, be careful, be aware of your surroundings and who's around you. And it definitely, but you can meet so many interesting people. Now I have a question too. So again, I know you said you had plans for traveling this year, which is great. Love that. Now, do you actually have a bucket list? Like, are there something else other like for this year you want to obtain for yourself?
Besides traveling and being debt free, I think those are like.
Well, those are. Well, after you say it that way.
Right. Yeah. That's a pretty good bucket list.
Yeah.
20 countries and debt free.
Those are like my two main things. I have other goals, but I think for this year, I'm just focusing on those two. Hosting weddings. I have about 4 weddings on the books this year. That's not really a bucket thing, but I would say.
What do you do with the weddings? Like, tell us.
Yeah.
So Nigerian weddings, there's usually, because we make it like this huge celebration. So there's usually an MC, that gets on the mic and, we're paid to keep everybody entertained, make people laugh, get games together. Pretty much my goal is to keep everything organized and to entertain the crowd. Because if not, sometimes people are just kind of talking amongst themselves. They're not really focused on the bride and groom. So I'm supposed to bring that attention and just make it memorable, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, real fast, Beverly, we have a question from Nacy. She has a friend who's from Ivory Coast.
Okay.
She said, "Would you like to travel there?"
Yes, I hear Ivory Coast is absolutely gorgeous. I have a friend that went there. So Ivory Coast, whether Tanzania, Mozambique, I want to go everywhere that I can step foot on. I want to go.
Now, have you done an African safari? That's one thing on my bucket list. No. I definitely want to plan that.
I don't know if I would do that by myself, only because it's so big, and I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'd want a friend to go with, but I haven't. But
I'm here.
Everything, right? She wants to go with everybody all the time.
2023. I may even just do like a whole African tour and just knock all of them out because I hear there's.
All right, we'll trade numbers later.
Okay.
She ain't going to wear no damn backpack on her, okay? You ain't going to get a backpack on her. She ain't going to be living in a tent and doing all this hiking. Come on, look how white she is. She doesn't want to see the sun. You know what I mean?
No,
She will just weigh you down.
She will be not. Oh my God.
get a wide brim hat, SPF, and we're good. We're good to go.
Yeah, see it
No,
right.
no, she said, see, she said nice. No, you said nice hotel. You know?
Well, yeah, I'm not sleeping on the ground.
But everybody's going, no, man, I'm keeping it light, right? Not you. You need to be like a Cadillac Escalade driving around there.
I'm only being economical because I pay off my debt. Once my debt is paid off, I don't mind doing a little, nice resort every now and then. But I think of myself more as a traveler rather than a tourist. So for me, tourists, they just, they go, they stay in the resorts, they enjoy the beachy scenes, which is great. But I also like to kind of, travel, see what the locals are doing a little bit. So I consider myself more of a traveler, but I don't mind staying in a nice resort.
Linda will be the one attracting all the spider monkeys that
Oh my gosh, I know.
Right. The spider monkeys are out.
Yeah.
Beverly, run!
Save yourself.
Linda's already taking off down the street.
Yeah.
She's already 30 feet ahead of you.
Yeah, I called the cab like 25 minutes ago. You were sleeping.
Yeah, she's calling you from the cab.
You have anything else, or
No, we're good, Beverly. This is great to talk to you.
this has
We
been
really
fun.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
You have a great,
This.
yeah, you have a great spirit. I love your attitude and your energy.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, great talking to you. Thank you. We appreciate
Thank
your time.
Yeah, definitely. Appreciate your time being on the show.
Good one.
Have fun. All right, everybody, we're gonna be taking a break, and then we're gonna be right back with our next guest, who is David Mell.
See you soon.
See you soon. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Open Box broadcast. Our next guest is David Mell. He's a sensational and inspiring Liberian gospel artist in the U.S. He's a music producer and a songwriter. Give it up to David Mell.
Welcome.
David.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
David, we're asking everybody, how did you celebrate your New Year?
I spend the time with my family and my sister, husband, my niece and nephew. Yeah.
Nice. How old are your niece and nephew?
The girl, she's 7 and the
Oh.
boy 8. Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's close in age. Yeah.
Close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, so everybody just so you know, one of the things we're here to talk about is David, your hit song, Grateful. How do you feel about that?
I'm excited. I feel great about, as an artist, sometimes you keep checking and to find what you can bring out there that can just be, inspirational to a lot of people. And it been an inspiration to a lot of people. So I'm excited about that. Very excited about it. Yeah.
Do you have any future plans for more videos?
Well, definitely, yes. I love visual. I believe in visual, and I have a lot of plans for more videos. As a matter of fact, we have one video should be dropping hopefully the end of February, the last week in February. New video. Yeah.
Okay. Now, what will that be about?
The title of the song is Hero.
Oh.
I think it's on Hero. Yeah. It's a motivational song. It's personal. It's personal to me. It's a song that when I was in South Africa, 2013, I was in Johannesburg and I was at the park one afternoon, just chilling at the park. And I saw this family, the whole family, the husband, the wife, and the kids. So they were all having fun. And when I was in South Africa, I was all by myself. I had no family, nobody there. So when I saw them and I was like, just kind of reflect over my life. I've been in this country for all these years, but I got somebody who is faithful, who provide for me, who take care of me, who sustain me. And that was when it came, You Are My Hero. So I came up with this song.
Oh, great.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
So now we had read that again, you were in a horrific accident and then you made it a mission. Yeah. So we're glad that you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now tell us a little bit about this mission going forward.
Actually, it's a vision. It is a vision that that God has put in my mind, and I've seen it over the years, and it's my strength, it's my motivation to do music until the day He called me home. Not just music, but inspiring music that gonna put smile on many people's faces around the globe, around the world. And that's just the mission, and it's also not just music, but it's a whole ministry to reach out to the brokenhearted, to the less privileged, and help them get a better life back. Yeah.
Right. No, that's good. Now, do you have others helping you along the way while you're doing this?
Yeah, you're talking about music or something?
The mission. Yeah. With like your mission in life, like what you're saying with, you're reaching out to others and.
Yeah, because, I've been around a lot. I travel a lot. I've been to different countries when I was a little boy, and I love traveling. So whenever I travel, I love to talk. I love to interact with people. And most of the people I interact with was people who have given on life, people who felt rejected, and so my vision and my mission is to, as a young man, to make sure that people have a normal life back, giving them hope, letting them know that anything is possible if you just believe. There is
and
a big.
True.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And David, where can everybody find your music?
My music is available on every digital platform. You can find me on Instagram, which is David Mell Official, Twitter, David Mell Official, Facebook, Spotify, Pandora, Google Music, TikTok. I mean, every digital platform. I'm available.
You're all over. That's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I just want to tell our fans, please watch this video, Grateful. It's an amazing video. I love it.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then the shocking thing about that video, or as an African, we have this tradition when it comes to gospel music. You should, look certain ways and stuff like that. You got to wear the costume and stuff. But the vision I have for that video, because I want to reach out to everybody, just everybody. I don't care whatever you are, whoever you are. So we have to do the video. I got a couple of girls, just being yourself, just be who you are. Because at the end of the day, people are gonna relate to this video and like, who is this young guy doing this thing for the Lord? But he's just being himself. You understand? And that was one of the interesting things about the video. And to be honest with you, most of my colleagues, they were criticizing the video. First of all, they started sending the video, and some of them was even attacking me. How can you do a video like this and it's not, it's not appropriate as a Christian and stuff? But with that mindset, the video started going viral. People was they were using it to mock, but they didn't know they were doing it for the better purpose. So they started sharing the video, and the video just started going. Numbers started increasing. Went as far as it is right now.
That's awesome.
It's always when things are controversial,
right?
It's like, that's what all of a sudden it's like, boom, things are flying, but that's great. Yeah. So now what made you start all of this with the gospel and, like, all right, I'm going to put it out there, but in words and music, because you do have a beautiful voice.
Thank you. Thank you. I used to do more R&B before. I was doing R&B. I was this more soul singer. Then I had an accident in 2012 when I was in Africa. So my manager, my ex-manager, came down from the US. She came home, but it was a surprising visit to me. So she called me over and said, "Hey, I'm here." I was so excited. When you're back home in Africa, when you got a manager or somebody who supports you, come back home, it is a privilege for you. I was excited. So I make my way to a house. And when I got there, I was the only guy among all the ladies in the house. So they asked me to help them, turn on the generator, the power stuff. So I didn't have much idea about it, but I know you just pull the rope. The first thing you pull the rope, and the second thing you press the switch so the power can flow. So when I pulled the rope, the next step was to press the switch so the power can flow. So the moment I pressed the switch, the entire generator went off and exploded on me.
Oh my God.
And I got burned. I got burned like 10 degrees. My entire face got damaged. I mean, real damage. I was in the hospital for 2 months and 8 days. I was dead. But to be honest with you guys, when I was in the fire, because the fire surrounded me, I was in the garage. You have the gate, you have the giant gate, you have the gate at your back, you have the giant wall at your left, another wall at your right, and you have the fire in front of you. So I remember, because my mom always, tell us that in times of trouble, call on the name of the Lord. So when I was in the fire, I just remember what my mom told me, and I said, God, this is the exact word I said. I said, God, if you get me out of here, I'm going to sing for you.
Oh,
that's awesome.
That's great.
So my surprise, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know how I got out of that place.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, because I mean, with your face and you would never know.
Yeah.
You would never know.
Yeah. That is an amazing story. I can't even imagine with the fire. Just, I went to, instead of raking the leaves around my house, I decided to just light them on fire. And I had a fire going 3 different directions. And then I was like trying to control it. And I had to step into the fire. And I only stepped in for 5 seconds, like 5 or 10 seconds. That was intense. I can't even imagine to have a generator blow up when and that kind of fire. The heat.
Yeah, it's a miracle. And when God started to work on me, I'm telling you, I never did any surgery. Never did any surgery. Yeah, I think I got the pictures on YouTube, a couple of videos, but I was totally damaged. I remember the doctor said I was never going to grow hair. He told me that.
Wow.
Say you're never going to have hair.
Well, you're doing good.
Yeah, right.
And that is why I don't play with my hair. I always, do my hair the best way, just to let the enemy knows that God have to find a save. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, your hair looks great.
Yeah. And that's, you just never know in life. But again, you had faith, and this is something you're sharing with others. Now,
Yeah.
when you go to develop these songs, like, are you just reading through the Bible? Like, what pulls you to talk
Right.
about that subject when you're singing? Like, how is it that you actually, all right, I'm going to sing about this? Like, what are you looking for?
It happened different ways. Sometimes in my dreams, I be singing strange songs. And when I wake up, I just take my phone and just, recording. And sometimes it could just be a word. I could just hear a word and it turn into a melody. And I'm very sensitive too. I pay attention a lot. So I get the inspiration through those things. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, David, what you're saying makes sense. I was driving my car one night, and all of a sudden I hear a voice in my head that says, hit the brakes. And I literally hit the brakes, and the car had a head-on collision, and it came up in the air doing a roll.
Whoa.
And it landed right where I would have been if I didn't hit the brakes.
Wow. Yeah, it happened. I hear songs in my head. Like what's the last 2 months I was at work, and we having this conversation. I heard this person singing a song in my ear.
Wow.
He was singing a song. He just grabbed the song. And the amazing thing, these songs would never leave until I play keyboard. So I'll go home, get on the keyboard, and put the melody down and just record on my phone and develop them, work on it. Yeah. That's how I get
What
songs.
is the name? What is the name of the song that you're coming out with?
It's Hero, right?
Hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't pay attention sometimes. David. I gotta keep an eye on her all
That
the
was
time.
the question. Somebody just heard.
Yeah.
But it's a whole project. It's a whole project that comprises of 18 songs. 18 songs in the project. But
Wow.
we're taking the first 2 singles, which is Hero and Lover of My Soul. Yeah. So Hero come first.
Okay. Very
Yeah.
nice. Very
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm jealous that things are coming through to your head. They do to me, but not as much as you.
I mean, it's a game. It's a game. You just have to pay attention to it. Just pay
I-
attention.
Exactly. Like, I keep my mind clear a lot. And then one time at work, I had this problem I could not figure out for 5 days. And in the middle of the night, I heard the answer. Like,
Oh,
something
wow.
just said, something just said, oh, hey, just look here, and that's where the problem is. And I woke up right away, and sure enough, that's what happened.
Yeah.
you know that now that you say that, like, I have a lot of dreams. I'm a very vivid dreamer. And there's a lot of different things where the next day, it solves something, I know some people say thoughts come to them in the shower. It's just like you relax, and things just boom.
Yeah. It does happen. Yeah, it do happen. And most of my songs, like 10 years ago or 7, I used to write. Now I don't write songs. I mean, it's amazing how this song comes and just develop itself. Like Grateful, I never wrote Grateful. Never.
Wow.
I never wrote Grateful. Grateful, just how you heard the song, it came just like that.
Oh, that's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
Now, what is it you said you play keyboard? Do you play any other instruments?
I play almost all the instruments. I play bass, rhythm,
Wow.
piano, keyboard. I'm very good at the drum. Drum is my major, and I'm a music producer. So yeah. So
Hey, David, we have a question from Joe. He wants to know, is there any artist you would like to work with?
yes. Right now, I would really love to work with Dietrich Haddon. He's an American gospel artist. I
Okay.
really love
Okay.
him right now. Yeah.
Very nice.
Where are you
I'm
located?
very open. I'm very open to work with any artist. As long the vision is coincides in line with what I want to do. I'm open to work with any artist. Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, whereabouts are you in the U.S.?
Sorry.
Where are you in the United States?
Oh, I'm in North Dakota, Fargo,
I'm
North.
sorry to hear about that. Why are you in North Dakota?
I know. What's the temperature there today?
Why? Why?
Well, I mean, it's a nice place to be. I love it. I mean, everywhere around me, there's 9 minis. I just like cool. It's a cool and a quiet place for me. It's a family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in the teens, like 14 yesterday. It's like, you know what? It's low enough for me. I don't want to get any lower. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but I think it was a -4 few days ago.
No.
Yeah.
No.
But we keep ourselves warm. You see what I'm wearing?
Yeah.
Yeah, right layers, right?
Keep out from the cold.
Now, do you sing at the churches in your area or anything like that? Are you, with different groups?
At my church, I am the music director at my church, and I make sure we have a good music, good sound. Sometimes I sing, sometimes, but not all the time. But I always play the keyboard. Yes, play one on the keyboard in my church. Yeah.
Okay, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, so again, this is 2022. And so
Yes.
again, you're working on how long, like to create this album? Like you
Right.
said, 18 songs, like how long?
This identical album, it took us, when I say us, because I work with a team, So
Okay.
it took us a month.
Oh my gosh, that's it?
Yeah. Most of the songs have been the old songs. Some of the songs that I got like 4 or 5 years ago that I already wrote and already, developed. So we just walk into the studios easy. I already know them, know what to do. Like I said, I produce myself. I make the beats. So when I get behind the microphone, it's easy. So yeah, it took us a month to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, David, Courtney wants to know, can you do a collaboration with D12?
D12 is my friend, my brother.
Yeah?
Oh, really?
No way, that's awesome.
Yeah, he was on a few weeks ago. He's great.
Yeah.
D12 produced Grateful.
Yep.
My song Grateful for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he produced another traditional song called Mutuken. So we cool. He's my brother, he's my friend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We got a song together. We got a song together that we did for one of our colleagues who died in a car accident. And we call this song Sleep On. Yeah, Detroit and I did a song together. Yeah, we cool.
So that's the song you did together?
Yeah, we did a song. We did it. It was a song for one of our brother who lost his life. But I've been thinking about doing something with him. I really been thinking about it.
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Definitely would be something. Yeah, that'd be terrific.
Yeah.
So we definitely want to thank you
Yeah.
so much for coming on and, telling us a little bit about yourself. And again, that horrific accident, we're so glad that you're fine, everything looks great, and you have hair. So that's good.
Yeah, I got my hair back.
I know. Wonderful. Wonderful. But yeah, we definitely enjoyed the songs, watching the videos and everything. And if you want to shout out to anybody and say something or.
Yeah, first of all, I want to say thanks to you guys for having me on the show. I mean, it's not easy nowadays, people searching for talent and want to bring you on the platform. So I'm grateful that you guys have me on the platform. And I also want to say special thanks to my friend, Nat Kelly. She reached out to my team. She's an amazing friend of mine. And I just want to, and I also want to say thanks to everybody who's here watching. You can do what you can do. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, David Mel. I got more videos, more songs, and you can look me up all digital platform. And thank you so much again.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, David, for all your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. And we wish you well with everything, your album, and you have a great 2022.
Yep.
I wish you guys the same.
Thank you.
Have a great year. Thanks, David.
You're welcome.
Okay, everybody, that was David Mel. Make sure you check out his video, Grateful. It's an awesome video.
Yes, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Facebook and YouTube and click that bell.
Ring my bell. All right. All right, take care, everybody. See you.
Bye.
Bye.